A soldier stepped on a landmine and didn't even realize it. He had just turned around. When the teammate behind him stepped forward with his left foot, trying to rush in to help, clicked. He also luckily stepped on a landmine. He froze instantly, not daring to move. That dangerous pressure under his foot made his eyes go wide. His whole body started shaking. He didn't know what to do. Then a scream snapped him back. He saw his teammate's lower legs were gone. Blood pouring out. It was critical. He took a deep breath and forced himself to stay calm. He tried to guide his teammate, who was already breaking down. He pulled out a painkiller and injected it, but pain relief wasn't enough. The wound was too severe. He had to stop the bleeding fast, or the man would die. To save him, he prepared to lift his left foot, gambling on a jump over so he could bandage him, but the teammate didn't want him to end up crippled too. He pulled out a pistol and ended his own life.
You stay alive, man. No!
The man broke down. He screamed in despair, but survival instinct kept him frozen. He couldn't move. He could only howl in place, helpless. The dead were gone. The living had to keep going. After a long time, he finally steadied his emotions. He decided to carry his teammate's last wish and find a way to survive. But in the desert, after stepping on a landmine, surviving was almost impossible. He raised both hands to balance, pulled his right leg back, and slowly lowered himself. Half kneeling, he took out a knife, stabbed it into the sand from the side, and tried to pry the mine out. But it was buried too deep. The blade only went halfway before hitting resistance. He sighed, knowing he needed another plan. He untied his shoelace and tied it to his utility clothes. Then he removed his gun sling to make the line longer. Carefully, he stood up and tried to hook a radio bag a few meters away. But the moment he pulled, he lost balance. Luckily, he reacted fast and braced himself on the ground. If his left foot lifted even a little, he'd be blown apart. He didn't dare breathe too hard. After a long while, he slowly reeled the line in, dragging the radio bag to him. The moment he got the radio, he called HQ for help. But HQ told him a sandstorm was raging, no aircraft could reach him, and the rescue convoy would take 52 hours. He was stunned. No food, no water in a barren desert, and enemies could pass by at any time. Staying perfectly still for 52 hours was basically impossible. He tried to ask for another option, but before he could speak, the radio died. A harsh buzz, then nothing. Angry, he ripped it off, set his watch to a countdown, then ate rations to keep his strength up. But when he went to drink, the water bladder was already almost empty. In the burning desert, no water was a death sentence. He didn't even have time to despair. A massive sandstorm was charging straight at him, blocking out the sky. He chose not to move. He wrapped cloth around his mouth and nose, put the backpack on for extra weight, and planted his sniper rifle into the ground, ready to tank the storm. Soon the storm swallowed him. Dust filled the air. He couldn't open his eyes. A few times he almost got blown away. 10 minutes later, the storm passed. He thought that's it, but one glance down at his teammate's body dragged him back to reality. No time to grieve. He took a battery from his teammate so the radio could last until rescue arrived. Then he realized something worse. The radio had been blown to the other side. Now it was truly over. No radio meant no contact. All that waited for him was being baked alive in the sun. He screamed for help with his last strength. Still no response. Just as he was about to give up completely, a local man walked toward him, moving in a weird zigzag. Did he know where the mine was? When the local got close, the man begged him for help, asked him to bring the radio back. But the local ignored him, took his water flask, and tossed out one line: "You should be brave enough to take one step forward." Then he left. The man was totally confused, but at least he stopped thinking about ending it. He was still dying of thirst. Then a little girl walked over, holding a jug of water, also walking in a zigzag. She reached him and handed him the water. He grabbed it and drank like his life depended on it. After drinking, he asked her to bring the radio back too. She ignored him as well, turned around, and walked away in that same strange pattern. Hope shattered again. As the sky darkened, the desert temperature dropped fast. He lit a small flame and knelt there, staring at photos on his phone. Then a wild dog howl snapped him back. The dogs had smelled blood and were slowly closing in. While he wasn't paying attention, they dragged his teammate away first, then started circling him. Luckily, he still had ammo. He fired non-stop toward any movement and scared the pack off. He survived the night. At sunrise, a local out for a walk came back again to chat. John said surviving alone overnight was worth praising, so John helped him retrieve the radio. Before leaving, he lifted the man's face and repeated the same line: "You should take one step forward." By now, the man was extremely weak. He checked his watch twice. 28 hours had passed. The foot that was on the mine was swollen horribly from staying locked in place too long. In those extreme conditions, he started hallucinating. His dead teammate appeared alive, encouraging him, "Take one step forward." The man finally couldn't hold on. He pitched forward. Just as his left foot was about to lift, two hands reached out and caught him. It was that local man, John. John skillfully applied medicine and talked about his own past. John's family was poor. He survived by digging up landmines and selling them to soldiers. One time he made a mistake. His daughter was killed, and he lost a leg too. When he lay in the hospital, he was just as hopeless as this man was now. Then John fed him a can of a swap drink. It could help him hold on longer. The price was more hallucinations. Sure enough, once John left, the hallucinations flooded in. Scenes from childhood parents fighting, scenes at a bar being bullied, scenes of his mother in the hospital. In every single scene, he was like stepping on a mine, frozen in place. He realized he'd been escaping his whole life, never daring to take one step forward. Then his teammate appeared again, and he suddenly understood. Help had arrived. Now he just had to make them see him. He spotted a signal flare about 3 meters away. He tried, but couldn't reach it. It was time to end this. He took one step forward, and nothing happened. The mine didn't explode. His legs went weak, and he collapsed. He turned back and dug up what was under his foot with a knife. It wasn't a mine at all, just a tin can. A stupid tin can had trapped him here for 60 hours. He laughed at his own stupidity and at how he'd been stuck in place his whole life. And he pulled the signal flare and collapsed.